Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to another episode of the Chicago Cubs Legends Fantasy Draft Series here on MLB The Show 25. We are wrapping up the final season. Well, we're getting closer to wrapping up the final season of Cubs baseball here on MLB The Show 25. We started the final year in the last episode. We did opening day, we simulated April and May, and a good chunk of June already. And we currently stand at 44 and 28. As you can see, we have first rank in all of the different position categories. We are the best team in baseball. And it shows in our stats. Sandy Koufax, we made a massive trade for in the last episode, something I wasn't planning on doing in the last episode, but it just kind of happened. So Sandy Koufax is our starting pitcher our new starting pitcher on this team, along with Greg Maddux, who's having a phenomenal year so far. And Garrett Cole's pitching pretty well. At least he was. He's not pitching as well now. Roger Clemens is a weird one, because Roger Clemens is struggling mightily, and I don't know why. So Roger Clemens is up in the air for potential trade piece in today's episode. As far as the lineup goes, Kirby Puckett is hitting really well. Galarraga is hitting fantastically. Bo Jackson's doing okay. Yogi Berra's phenomenal. Canseco's great. Garcia Parra's hitting well. So is Pete Rose and Alfonso Soriano. So the entire team as a whole is just doing really, really well. But the pitching is something of my concern a little bit, because Clemens is just not so consistent, as you can see by him taking a loss right there. So we're going to simulate the rest of June, all of July, and maybe a little bit of August in today's episode. Obviously, we've got the draft and the All-Star game and the trade deadline in today's episode, but the trade deadline is probably the most important thing for today's episode, because we could be getting some new starting pitching instead of Roger Clemens, who just doesn't seem to have it this year, which is weird because I didn't mean to simulate that, which is weird because you think that he would have a good season since he was coming off of a fairly good season with Houston. I mean, 17-6 with a 3.44. You'd think he'd be pitching pretty well with our team, but he's just not for some reason. I don't know what's going on. But let's keep simulating. We already simulated the one game on accident. Let's keep going. We got a grand slam opportunity with Pete Rose. Bottom 8, 1 out. You know what? It's early in the episode, but I think I might jump in here, see if we can get some RBIs with Pete. We are here at the friendly confines to try to beat the Kansas City Royals. Bases are loaded, 1 out, and Pete Rose tries to bring in some runs, maybe even clear the bases. He's only hitting 189 with runners in scoring position this year. That is not ideal for a guy this low in the lineup. Oh, that's not a strike, ump. That's just simply not a strike. You can't call that, but he did. He clearly did. As you can see right there, he called it a strike. Don't swing at that. Ooh, it's called a ball, but that was a little too close for comfort there. I need the Birdman to throw me a pitch that I can hit, but he's pitching away. He's pitching off on me. He doesn't want me to hit this ball. I guess I'll take a walk for a run if you want to do that. He gave me the pitch to hit right there. The way that looked, it looked like it was going to stay high, so that's on me. I misread it. Misread the pitch. But that definitely stayed high, and that's a walked-in run. Pete Rose will take a base. Yogi Berra comes jogging in. That'll bring up the 0 for 3 Alfonso Soriano to try to tie this game and maybe even take the lead depending on where this ball goes. We'll see what we can do. Soriano will get it into right field, and I'm not going to send him home. 71 speed. I thought about it for a while as I was rounding third, but could not do it. It's a tie game. Gary Sheffield's got a decent arm. I think I would have been tagged out. They're going to pull Jake Bird. The Birdman goes down. And we will go after Josh Winskowski. I don't know, man. But there's still only 1 out. And we have tied this game at 5 now, which is super sick. And that brings up Ichiro, who grounds into a possible inning-ending double play. 93 speed. Ichiro can't beat the throw. It's an inning-ending double play. We have tied the game, which leads to Lee Smith in the extra innings. Can Lee Smith get the job done? Oh, he couldn't. And we have to go to the bottom of the 10th, down by 1. We've got the ghost runner on second, and Jose Canseco to the plate. Come on, Jose. You got these massive muscles. Why don't you use them? Early swing on that one. That's not ideal, is it? That is not ideal. That could have been a base hit, or maybe even more. Andy Pettitte, former Chicago Cub, pitching against us today in this extra inning game. And I'm looking to take this one over the Ivy. That's the goal. It's not going to go over the Ivy, but it will tie the game. Canseco rounds first on his way to second. It'll be an RBI double with one out. Canseco delivers. And they basically just trade places. And that brings up the big man, Nomar Garciaparra. If he could do the exact same thing and walk us off, that'd be beautiful. Garciaparra flies that into right center field. I'm going to send Canseco to third. He should be able to beat that, and he does. All right, so Garciaparra, it accomplishes a goal, which is to get Canseco closer to home plate. So it moves him from second to third, and now Pete Rose, who walked earlier, last time we jumped in. Can Pete Rose just get a base hit? That's all we need. A base hit wins this baseball game for the Chicago Cubs. That's all we need to do. Don't need to do anything fancy. Don't need to hit a home run or anything like that. Just need a base hit in the outfield. Canseco will come around to score. That's going to be a grounder to second. He fields it tremendously, and we will continue playing. Wow. But we simulate the walk-offs. Alfonso Soriano has an RBI single to win us the baseball game in extras. So I couldn't get it done myself, but at least the team does get it done. It only took us one extra inning to get the job done. Bob Gibson is credited for the win, and we will take a game against the Royals. That's good. Nice W. We sweep the Royals, actually, against them. And then we are about to get swept by the Pirates, and we do. So we go and sweep the Royals and then get swept by the Pirates, who are awful. I don't know why we struggled against the Pirates. We take 2 of 3 against the Red Sox. Lee Smith, Greg Maddux, and Gagne took the losses there. And now we will take 2 of 3 against the Dodgers, and hopefully 2 of 3, or all 3 against the Orioles, and we do. So we sweep the Orioles. We're 54-33 as we enter July. Galarraga is hitting amazingly. I would assume that Galarraga is in battle for the MVP. Yeah, he is. I thought so, because he was in the last episode. So Galarraga is still fighting for the MVP against Willie Stargell and Willie Mays. A couple of Willies sandwiched in there. Willie Stargell's having a crazy season. 308 with 29 home runs and 82 RBIs. That's an MVP type of season so far. So Galarraga's going to have to step it up. But we've got possible Cy Young in Sandy Koufax. So we'll see what he does there. Greg Maddux also battling for that with Curt Schilling. We'll see what we can do there. We don't have any other awards. Oh, Yogi Berra's, we got a possible Gold Glove. We got a couple Silver Sluggers. So we're battling for some awards. But the main one's MVP and Silver Slugger, or MVP and Cy Young. We'll see if we can do it. Can we beat the Mets? We barely avoid the sweep of the Mets. We sweep in 4 against the Braves. That's pretty sick. But notice how Roger Clemens is the one pitcher, the one starter to not get credit for the win in that series. It's Mark Pryor who got credit for the wins. A little concerning for Roger Clemens there. Matt Shaw traded from the Twins to the A's. Okay. Garciaparra. It's the 2031 first-year player draft. Obviously, we don't care about this one because it's the final season, so we're literally going to go off vibes in this draft. But I'd really like to not get swept in a bunch of different series so far. First overall pick, I didn't mean to skip it. That's my fault. We'll see who the first overall pick is in a second. Trevor Kidd is the second overall pick to the Pirates. The third overall pick, that is going to the Braves. Ryland Drew is the third overall pick. The first overall pick was Ezra Quezada? I don't know how to say the name. Whatever. He's the first overall pick. Let's simulate to our pick, which is literally the last pick of the first round. And let's go off some vibes. So who do we like the most? Who do we want to take? I think our best bet's probably taking that closer because he's pretty much guaranteed to be really, really good. Although Luis Garcia's fast, but I think I'm going to take either the relief pitcher or the closer. Let's just take the closer. He's guaranteed to be good, so at least we can guarantee ourselves to have a decent first draft pick. Next pick, we have a bunch of draft picks right in a row because this is competitive drafts. I think because all of our guys that we had signed in free agency from our team. So we just got a bunch of picks right in a row here, which is kind of crazy. So let's just go off and just draft a bunch of random people. Just draft a bunch of people. As many people as we can physically grab on this team. That's everybody that we have scouted, we drafted. And now we send to our next pick, which is 107. And we will take Johnny Watson. Sure, why not? Maybe he's good, maybe he's not. We'll also grab ourselves Samuel Rodriguez. And then we'll move to round 5. And we will grab an outfielder in Tim Hopkins. And then we'll move to round 6. And we'll grab a relief pitcher in Ken Adamson, excuse me. Welcome aboard, all those players. And now we got the home run derby. Before that, Cade Smith traded from the Nationals to the Rangers. Okay. We have anybody in the home run derby this year? It's in the Brewers ballpark. We don't have anybody in the home run derby. So it seems like Barry Bonds is there, though. So it seems like our boy Galarraga hasn't added any home runs. Kind of unfortunate. That's okay, but we can take a look at the All-Star game. All-Star game's always good, and Sandy Koufax looks like he's going to be the starter this year, which is obvious, I would think. He's having one of the best seasons of all time, so let's get to the Brewer Stadium to keep the continuity that the home run derby was there. So we'll go there. Sandy Koufax, Kurt Schilling is here. Good for him. We've got nobody else, so it's just Sandy Koufax in the pitching. Galarraga is the starting first baseman. We have Nomar Garciaparra making it starting shortstop, so that's 2 starters. But no Jose Canseco. Jose Canseco makes it as the right fielder, and Kirby Puckett makes it as center fielder. So we have 2 bench guys and 2 starters, and then 1 pitcher, which is the starting pitcher, Sandy Koufax. Pretty good representation from the Cubbies. Let's go and show out in front of the national stage and show why we are the best team in baseball.
It's the American League All-Stars and the National League All-Stars. Gotta love the All-Star festivities. Always a great show. We'll be back to get this thing started after this. Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Singy, always special when we get together to call the All-Star game.
Well, we've done a lot of these together, and sometimes you come in and think, ho-hum, another year. But once you look and you see these All-Star players, their uniforms on, them interacting with one another, you realize just how special it is. It's going to be a great one today.
First pitch coming your way next. Almost ready to get underway. Getting the nod on the mound, Sandy Koufax.
Just electric stuff.
All right, so if you don't know how All-Star games work on the channel here, we play with our boys and only our boys. So we will, since Koufax is the starting pitcher, we will pitch 2 innings with Sandy Koufax, but that'll be all the pitching we'll do as he strikes out Ronald Acuna for the first out. That'll be all the pitching that we do since we don't have any other representation in the pitching staff. And then we will just hit around with our guys. So we'll hit with our guys and then quick manage when they're not up so that we can fly through this and represent our team as Duke Snyder goes down swinging on the changeup. Sandy Koufax seems like he is a monster. And here comes former Chicago Cub Barry Bonds. Participated in the home run derby last night, and now he comes to play for the All-Star team. Former World Series champion with the Cubbies. But he signed a deal to return home, and he might have made the right choice. Barry Bonds to left field. That one is over the wall, 362, and Barry Bonds gets the American League on the board. Now, him and Sandy Koufax were never teammates because Koufax just got here this season and Bonds left this season, so they never crossed paths as a Chicago Cub teammate. But that still hurts a little bit that Barry Bonds hits a home run off of me, his former manager. That hurts me a little bit as Galarraga fields that and steps on the bag. So Barry Bonds gets on the board for the American League, showing why he's in the home run derby in the first place. We'll go up against Jose Fernandez of the Boston Red Sox, but we will quick manage to when we get to our guys, which is Galarraga and Garcia Parra. Oh, and Bo Jackson. I didn't even notice Bo Jackson down there. He's starting left field. How did I miss him? I don't know. But solo homer Bobby Alomar. Roberto Alomar gets the National League on the board. So now we've got ourselves a tie ball game. And Andres Galarraga steps to the plate here in the All-Star game. He's a 5-time Silver Slugger, which means he's won a Silver Slug basically every single year of this series because he hadn't existed before this series started. So that shows you how dominant Galarraga has been in this series. And it was all for the Mets, really. Which I think we played the Mets. Is that going to get down fair? No, it's not. We played the Mets in the National League Championship Series, I think, one of the years that we won the World Series. I can't remember exactly when I'm pretty sure we played the Mets. We've played the Mets in the playoffs before. I remember that because we had to go against Galarraga. He fouls off the changeup. That probably could have been ball 4 there if I didn't swing at that. That's on the bottom of the zone. That probably strike 3. I guess I thought that was lower than it actually was. But that's ball 4 clearly, and Galarraga will take a base. Thank you, Jose Fernandez, for walking him, and we will get to the quick manage here. Stargell, 2-run homer. Willie Stargell, who's battling for the MVP, and then Willie Mays with a solo homer. Willie Mays here. And here comes Frank the Tank Thomas. Looks weird in an Angels uniform, but Sandy Koufax comes out for his second inning of All-Star duty. And we'll try to strike out Frank Thomas, the big hurt. He grounds that to Garcia Parra, and the Chicago Cub will back up his pitcher and throw to his first baseman. It's all Cubs all the time. Phil Dorsey in left field. Phil Dorsey sends a no-doubter into right field, 396, and that is a home run. Not so bueno, if I do say so myself. I didn't realize I laid that pitch across the plate like that. I guess I need to pay more attention. That's an unfortunate home run. We're making Sandy Koufax look like a chump. And you know what? For the troubles, I'm climbing the ladder. I'm giving him the stinkiest cheese. But that wasn't stinky cheese, but Bo Jackson goes and grabs it. Bo Jackson backing up his teammate. Zachary Nishi is the 8-hitter in the lineup for the American League, and he pops one into left center field. Willie Mays goes to track it. Is he going to try to go to second? He is. 66 speed. He's going to get gunned out. He's got to. What are you doing, Nishi? What are you doing? You can't run on Willie Mays. Strange decision to try to stretch that, especially with 66 speed, and he gets gunned down. It's 4-2. Bo Jackson will step up. If Bo Jackson could hit a home run just like Barry Bonds did, that'd make me feel pretty good. But Bo will foul off a changeup. All right. Come on, Bo. Bo knows how to hit home runs, that's for sure. Show me something to believe in, Bo. Ooh, that's right field. Get down fair. It's not going to get down fair, unfortunately. I think I was a little bit late on the timing. Yeah, I was very late on the timing. Not even just a little bit late. That'll be ball 2. Come on, Jose. Give me something I can hit. Give me something I can hit here, please. He did. Bo Jackson into right field, but Acuna makes the play. Didn't have a great jump, but he still makes the play. That's unfortunate. Now Nomar Garcia Parra steps up. It's all Cubs all the time, baby. The Cubbies are taking over. We'll see if Garcia Parra can get on base. I'd love for him to do that. He's got a 3-1 count. And that's a good call. Good call. That's a strike. Hitting 275 through the first half of the year. He's hit fairly well. He's cooled off a little bit. But he's hit fairly well. He's going to get on base. All-Star game single for Nomar. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Big dubs. Big dubs in chat. A lot of Angels making the All-Star team here. We'll swing 2-run homer Tony Gwynn. And they finally pulled Jose Fernandez. Galarraga will step back up again. Come on, Andres. Let's dominate, please. Galarraga fouls off a slider. All right. Can I get another pitch? It's former Angel Bo, who I still don't know how to pronounce his last name. Breesky? I don't know, man. We traded him in an Angel series, so I don't care anymore. Galarraga goes down, unfortunately, and Sandy Koufax's day is also done, so we'll bring in Curt Schilling, former Cub, to get through the 3rd inning, and he will do just that. And now it's time for Stargell, Mays, Johnny Bench, who gets a double. George Brett scores 2 with a double, and now Bo Jackson's up. We're getting a lot of action here in the All-Star game. A lot of action. What can Bo Jackson do? He's got 254 career home runs in a 7-year career. Bo Jackson into right center field. That'll score another run. Bo Jackson's got an RBI double in the All-Star game. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Cubs are representing. Cubs are representing. And now it's Nomar. Nomar Garciaparra. 168 home runs in a 7-year career. Remember, we've gone 7 seasons. This is the 7th season of Cubs baseball, so some of these guys have only been in existence for these 7 seasons. So all their numbers are how they've done in the entire simulation. Nothing extra. So 168 home runs in this entire series for Nomar Garciaparra is pretty solid for a guy that's not known to be that good of a power hitter. But Bo Jackson, with almost 300, makes sense. Garciaparra into right field. That should drop in front of Acuna, and it does. I'm not going to send Bo to 3rd, though. I probably should have, but I'm not going to. Because Tony Gwynn's coming up, and Tony Gwynn's got the hot bat. Tony Gwynn's got the hot bat. He gets a single, bases loaded for Roberto Alomar. Sack fly RBI. Brings up Galarraga. They'll pull Bo, and they will bring in Andrew Nardi to try to stop the bleeding. It's more like a sieve of bleeding right now. It's kind of going crazy for the National Leagues, but unfortunately Galarraga didn't get enough of that circle change, and the bleeding ends effectively right there when I jump in. Of course it does. All right, we'll take out Curt Schilling. We'll bring in, that's not who I wanted. Whoops. Mason Miller, I guess. I was trying to bring in, okay. All right. I was trying to bring in the starter, obviously. Cliff Lee, but I didn't go down far enough, unfortunately. So that's annoying. I didn't mean to bring in Mason Miller. We will let Cliff go a few extra pitches. And now Cliff's going to be done. We'll bring in Jim Palmer. The American League's starting to bring their bats now. They're starting to try to climb back into this. Paul Skeens comes in. And I think it's time to pinch hit. So Bo Jackson day will be done. We will pinch hit him for probably... Who should we pinch hit him for? You know what? Let's swing the bat with him. We'll pinch hit him next time. We'll pinch hit him next time. I'm going to swing the bat one more time with Bo and Nomar. Unfortunately, Bo is going to get a grounder to second base. He almost beat the throw, but not good enough. And here comes Nomar. Nomar's got 2 singles, but it's not been that amazing for Bo, unfortunately. He does have the RBI double, but doesn't have much after that. Taking on Paul Skeens is a tough ask, though. That is a tough ask. Garciaparra goes down low for the fastball, hits it, but it's right to Miguel Cabrera, and that is the end of the inning. Cubbies looking a little disappointing. Little disappointing. We will bring in Diego Chason, I think is how you say that. I don't even know. He's allowed a home run. He's trash. I hate his guts. I want to fire him into the sun. Tony Gwynn will get pinch hit for David Justice. Scooble comes in. Roberto Alomar substituted for probably Ryan Sandberg. And then Galarraga gets pinch hit. We don't have another first baseman. Okay. Not ideal. I guess I have to be Wade Boggs then. Wade Boggs gets pinch hit. Pitching change will bring in Bruce Sutter. They bring in Vlad Sr. This American League team's trying to get back in this, and I don't like it one bit. They scored a run. It's 10-8. We really got killed in that third inning when we allowed those 3 home runs or whatever we allowed. Stargell will get pinch hit for probably one of the outfielders because we have a bunch of them. So let's do Kirby Puckett. So we'll jump in here with Kirby. They bring in Guadalupe Gil, or Heel, because it's Luis Heel. Look how small Kirby Puckett is. This is the first time I've jumped in with him, I think. Kirby Puckett's tiny. Little round mound. He's the round mound of rebound, but he's the round mound of home runs. All right, Kirby, what you got for me? Show me the money. Ooh, he backs out of the 2-seamer. All right. Guadalupe throwing some inside stuff. Getting a little cheeky with him. Puckett grounds that to third base. Unfortunately, that will be an out. Not ideal. We'll sub out Willie Mays. He will get pinch hit for Richie Ashburn. Johnny Bench for Ethan Salas, I guess. And then Bruce Sutter substituted for probably Helsley. See if he can get the job done. And then George Brett for Paul Molitor. Strikeout Bo Jackson subbed for Jose Canseco. And we'll jump in with Jose Canseco. Maybe we can add an extra run of insurance here to maybe give this game a little bit more comfort. Thinking we're going to win it. I don't know. Only 17 home runs in the season? That's not true, right? I thought he had in the 20s. I guess it's not in the 20s. It's obviously in 17. I just thought he had more. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Maybe I'm thinking Galarraga. That could be the case. Canseco might add one in the All-Star game, though. I know it doesn't count, but it won't be a home run anyway. It's an out to Acuna. Excuse me. And Nomar Garcia-Parra will get pinch hit for Brian Rocchio. And that'll bring in our final inning. So let's bring Rob Dibble and hopefully get through this. Come on, Rob. Shut the door, Rob. Shut the door, Rob. Shut the door, Rob. Thank you. Rob Dibble shuts the door. American League wins. Congratulations all around. We have home field advantage. I know that's not what they fight for anymore. Sandy Koufax gets the win, though, so good for the Cubbies. Get some representation. That was a high-scoring All-Star game. That probably would have been pretty fun to watch if you were watching that in real life. We will move on to the trade deadline, the last piece of the puzzle this season, or this episode, so we can sign all of our draft picks. Might as well offer a contract. We'll give you that. He's declined it. All right, you jabroni. We'll offer you this. He has signed it. Christian Grant, welcome to the Cubs. And then, is there anybody else we can offer? Victor Emmanuel. It's Emmanuel. He signs as well. Anybody else we can offer? Yes, Tim Hopkins. So we'll offer him, and he declines. Wow, stubborn, stingy. Let's win some baseball games, boys. We're in the final stretch. Let's win some baseball games. We're not winning baseball games. Thank you. Please. We are 63-40. Good thing the NL Central is not very good this year. We're getting good luck with that. But this team, I don't really have to care too much about these guys. It literally doesn't matter because we're never going to see these guys ever again after this season because the season's over. So it doesn't matter if we sign them or not. I'm still trying to do it just because. Let's win some more baseball games, please. Sign some more draft picks. I can offer you a bunch of money. He's going to sign. Can't offer any of them yet. I guess I'll put you in there. Let's win some more baseball games. Let's win some more baseball games. We lose 2 or 3 against the Yankees. Not good. But we are getting close to the trade deadline in a couple of days, as we can now offer you. So we'll bump up that. He's decided to sign. We can't offer anybody else. So let's get to the deadline. And here it is. The trade deadline is upon us. 67-42 is where we stand. Garrett Cole struggling. Even regressing at this point. Greg Maddux dominating. Roger Clemens up and down. Koufax killing it. Dontrell pitching okay. Not horrible, but not amazing either. I think the bullpen's good enough. I don't think we need to work on the bullpen. The lineup, Ichiro's hot. Kirby Puckett's doing well. Galarraga's dropped under 300 now, but he's at 28 home runs. Bo Jackson's doing okay. He made the All-Star team. Yogi Berra's doing fine. Canseco's doing fine. He's now up to 22 home runs. Garcia Parra's an All-Star. He's doing great. Yeah, the lineup I don't think needs to be changed at all. I think the lineup's fine. I think that if we're going to make any moves, it's going to be trading somebody. Who do we trade? I have no idea. Probably Garrett Cole. But I could also see trading Roger Clemens. I could definitely see that happening. Because I don't know if Roger Clemens is going to be as consistent as I want him to be for the postseason. That was the reason we got rid of him in the first place. And I could see a trade with Curt Schilling, but unfortunately they don't have the budget. I'd have to take on too much money that I don't have, so Curt Schilling can't be an option. The Brewers are just out of money, which does suck. I think Garrett Cole does have to get traded. That's pretty much a guarantee. Garrett Cole's regressing, and he's not pitching well at all. He's a liability at this point, so we got to move him for somebody. It's just a question of who that somebody is. It's not going to be Tim Lincecum, even though he's not pitching well. It's not going to be Shohei, even though Shohei's having a pretty solid season. Who's it going to be? Chris Sale, not pitching that well. Oswalt's not pitching amazingly. He's not pitching horrible. Alberto Mendoza struggling mightily, which is strange, but Grayson Rodriguez, Brian Wu. Skubal was an all-star, and he's having a great season, but he's way too expensive for what we're trying to get. I guess we could toss Clemens for Skubal. We could do that if we wanted to do that. He's having a good season. Clemens is not. You know what? Let's toss a deal in there. Skubal's now one of our new starters. Clemens goes to the Mariners, and we make another trade with the Mariners. We love doing that. But now Garrett Cole. Who gets traded for Garrett Cole? That's the big question. Who's having a good season and wants to get moved? Who wants to come play for the Cubbies? Roy Halladay's not having a bad season, but he's way too expensive for. Because Garrett Cole, we got him on a super cheap contract back in the day when we first acquired him. Because he was a relief pitcher, so he wasn't getting paid nearly as much as he probably should be. Jose Fernandez, I'd like to have on the team. And I'd be willing to give up a lot because this is the final year. So Chase Petty, I'd be willing to give up. I'd also be willing to give up like Richie Groves or something. We have too many closers. I'd be willing to give up. Yeah, probably a closer. I'd be willing to give up either one of these two guys. Probably. Let's give up Zachary Hogsett. So I'd be willing to give up those guys for Jose Fernandez. There we go. Boom. We now have two new starters in the lineup that are having good seasons. Both were all-stars this year. Both were all-star pitchers this year. And I'm hoping that they continue to be all-stars for us. So we'll see how they simulate this year. They all have good ERAs. I'm going to keep D-Train on the team. I think D-Train's a fun one to have. I'm going to keep him on the team. And I'm going to keep the bullpen the same. I like what the bullpen's doing. I think the bullpen's fine. And then the lineup, like I said, is also probably fine. So we have good hitting right here, even though Aaron Judge has played 3 games. That's funny. Yeah, I'm going to keep it the way that it is. So those are my 2 trades. We make some new additions to the team, and we will move on past the trade deadline. There's the Jose Fernandez trade and the Clemens and Skubal trade. We won that game against Washington, by the way. Let's sign draft picks. This is the final day we can sign draft picks. So let's just offer them everything we can. We got that dude. We got that dude. We didn't get Jesus Jimenez. I think there's one more guy. What about Jose Dominguez? Yep, we got him. So we only didn't sign Jesus Jimenez. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Let's keep winning some games. We're going to go maybe a week and a half into this month. And if I see a jump-in situation with one of our pitchers, I might jump in. But that's Lee Smith. You know what? This could be the final jump in we get. So I'll jump in for the bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. Let's see if we can save with the all-time saves leader, Lee Smith. Rap Dixon to the plate for the Brew Crew. 2-0, 2 outs, bottom 9. Lee Smith trying to get out of danger. This game was pitched or started by Jose Fernandez, by the way, so pretty cool that our new addition got to pitch here. And that'll be to Alfonso Soriano, and that is ball game. Lee Smith saves another one. And there's Jose in his new Cubs attire. Welcome aboard. He gets the win. Delgado hit a home run in the game. Okay, Carlos Delgado. We take a game against the Brewers, and we will sweep them, hopefully. Nope, we don't sweep them. Okay. Let's end it there. We'll finish the month of August and then September in the next episode. We have won 74 games as we start the next episode, as we got into August a little bit. Sandy Koufax is dominating. Maddox is dominating. Scooble's picking up right where he left off in the... Where was he at? Seattle game. In the Seattle's team he's been playing on, the Mariners. Fernandez has been doing good, and Dontrelle Willis has been pitching well, even though his ERA is a little bit high and his whip's a little bit high. He's still been pitching very well. Bullpen's doing good, and obviously we know how good the lineup has been doing. Ichiro's doing well, although he's starting to cool off a little bit. I could see a replacement with Matt Kemp there. Kirby Puckett's hitting amazingly. Galarraga's getting back up there. He's got 33 home runs. Now 30 for Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson's taking off. He's going crazy right now. Look at this last stretch of home runs he's had. He hit 750 in the Cardinal game. So Bo Jackson's starting to get hot. Yogi Berra's hitting well. Canseco's doing well. The entire lineup is doing well. That's why I didn't want to make any changes there. As far as awards go, Galarraga's fallen out of MVP race. It's going to be hard to win the MVP with the guys that are hitting this well. But Cy Young, we got all three of them right now. I mean, to be fair, we did trade for two of them throughout this season. But still, we have all three of them. And then we are trying to battle for the Hank Aaron with Galarraga. Gold Glove, catcher, first base, left field, and then a couple of Gold Glove right field, and then a couple of Silver Sluggers to go around as well. So we are in contention for a few awards. And I'm kind of surprised that we don't have anybody in the MVP race. I know that Galarraga fell out of it, but I'm surprised we don't have like a pitcher in there or even Bo Jackson in there or Galarraga still in there. I mean, he's still hitting fairly well. 33 home runs. What's Stargell doing? Stargell's got 36. Johnny Bench's got 37. I don't know how Galarraga's not at least in the top three. Maybe he's fourth. I don't know. But that's going to do it for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next episode, we will finish the final season, and then we only got 2 more episodes left. We've got the next episode where we finish the regular season, August and September, and then the final episode of the series, which is the final postseason. Will we go and win our 3rd World Series of the franchise? I don't know. I hope. It looks like it the way that we've been playing this regular season, but who knows? Anything can happen when you get to the postseason. But that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.